All right. I'm
Because
up.
this is what we do best, Scott. Flow.
That's right. Here we go. So we are recording, and this is recording number 3. Trace,
Right.
Trace,
Race.
and we've been
All
taking
right.
about 12 minutes of your time. So we're doing our best to give you. We started out with we thought we could squeeze it into 10, but now we're down to 12. So we
Uh,
apologize for taking out 2 minutes of your day. But here we go. My name is Scott Mueller. I'm from two companies. One is called Bones Consulting. You can look that up in Ezekiel 37:5. You'll find out why we call it Bones Consulting. And I work for a company called 30 Pastors. You can go to 30pastors.com. You're welcome to email me at scott@30pastors.com. And I have a guest on the line today again. Again, we're doing video shoot number 3, and we're talking about integrity. Jamie Morgan, thanks for joining us from St. Paul, Missouri.
woo! The
Woo!
booming
Baby.
metropolis.
All right, we're getting fired up and we're getting inspired. We're passionate about this. We are so passionate about living our lives in integrity. And Jamie, I'm going to call you
Yeah.
out, man. You and
Yeah.
I have had to put this back in several times in our life,
We have.
and this is a big one for us. It's a big time for us, and our integrity is not complete yet. Why? Because our wives and us as a family are not in integrity. And we're gonna talk about that in the future as that plays out. But
Yeah.
we are, and we're happy about that. And we're doing something together. We're doing these podcasts to help you. We have a heart for pastors. We have a heart for businesses. And
Yeah.
we have a heart specifically for people and helping them live their lives, the lives that God created, to live their lives by the desires in their heart. And again, we're not going to hit you in the head with the Bible today. We're not going to get all Christianese on you, but we're
Yeah.
going to talk about integrity. And we started to go into commitments, but we're going to reel it back in for a little bit, and we're going to talk about how the commitments drive us in between this conversation again of integrity working versus moral.
Yeah.
So hit me, Jamie. What do you got?
So when you think about who we are as human beings, this working integrity really goes to, can you be trusted? Can you be trusted to do what you say you're going to do? Now, when we're out of working integrity, it shifts us over into that moral integrity. Now the feelings of guilt, sorrow, shame. In my field, I'm a licensed professional counselor, pushes towards depression, overwhelm, and anxiety. It's a mess, Scott. It's a mess.
And you just got a text from a person that we won't disclose, but you just got text saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, trying to clean that up.
Yeah.
And let's maybe go a different direction with that. Let's go how you and I clean that up. How do we, as in, so it for instance,
Here, I got it. I got it.
hit me.
Yeah. So so last week or last podcast number dos, when we were talking about integrity, we said when you're out of integrity, what do? You make a mess. Make a mess, you clean it up. Now, this brings me to the sorry conversation. Now, there's a right way to say sorry and a wrong way to say sorry. Okay? I think a majority of human beings, Scott, say they're sorry with, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And, we feel obliged to forgive them and we kind of move on. Sorry, a lot of times, Scott, includes excuses, right? Or inauthenticity. Excuses, man, I'm really sorry. I've just been super busy. Now, if you tell me you're super busy, do I really think you're sorry? No, you just made an excuse. You just said you were super busy. Now, look, here's the right way to say sorry, Scott. Number one, get your pens and paper out, people, because you're going to write this down. Number one, be specific. I'm sorry for X, Y, Z. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, get into empathy. Empathy is like getting over into their world, right? Hey, man, I'm really sorry for X, Y, and Z, and I know that really hurt your feelings, or I know I really let you down, or I can't even imagine how that made you feel.
Hold that thought. So you're where you're opening up is one of the impacts. Is so
Yeah.
what's the impact on them? And that's again another conversation because we do these in such short bits. That's another conversation for the future. And I want to say one other thing about I'm sorry. If you don't like the word I'm sorry, it's okay. If you've been called a sorry SOB, maybe you don't like that. If you've been called a sorry little boy, a sorry little girl, or if you just don't like, I can't say the word sorry. You can say I apologize. Please
Mm-hmm.
forgive me. Okay, just want to put that in. Thank you.
So number 3, commit to doing better. I'm sorry for XYZ. I can't imagine how that made you feel. In the future, I will do better. I will do different. This will never happen again. I will do my best not to let this happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 4, ask for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Once you ask for forgiveness, your hands are clean. You've apologized in the right way. You've set that up, and now you've put it in their lap.
Mm.
Now it's up to them whether they want to forgive you or not.
That's right. That's a big one too. That can be painful because some people can choose not to forgive you.
For sure, man. And that is messy, heavy. That's painful. That unforgiveness, it just breeds bitterness and resentment, and it's just, and look, if you think that bitterness and resentment only sits in you and between you and the person you're unforgiving, you're crazy, because that bitterness and resentment now flows out into every relationship you have. Anytime you get bumped up against, bam, here it comes. Bam, here it comes. That's messy, man.
It is. And we could talk about that in another podcast too. And I'm going to add 2 more steps to you. At Transformational Leadership, we learned 2 more steps to it, and I think they're really important. So you can go to transformlead.com. It's a company that we work with, myself and Patrick McBain from some of our other video logs, and Jamie can be introduced to some of these as well, is will you hold me accountable not to do that again? So we can talk about accountability partners and stuff like that in the future again. And then the last one is, Jamie, this one's huge. Is there anything else that I need to ask for forgiveness for?
I love that.
Men, if you ask this question, we all tell you right now, you better let your wife get out the paper and pencil, and you better
buckle up.
Take a break, because she's going to list them out. Okay? And maybe if you've been in a relationship longer than a day, you might both have that instance. But be ready for a lengthy conversation about, is there anything else? Because that leads us to being clear for the future of not forgetness, because Jesus didn't teach us about forgetness.
No.
He taught us about forgiveness, and we have to continuously forgive over and over and over.
Yeah. But see, Scott, this still all goes to integrity.
It
right?
does. Reel it back in.
Word, doing the right thing when nobody else is watching, saying what you mean, meaning what you say,
or saying what you did or didn't do, and that's where it leads us. That's where it leads us to the apology. So that puts us back into a working integrity model.
Yes.
And the working integrity model is what we'd like to introduce to you and get your lives working in a whole new level.
Yeah, you talk like video games. This is leveling up, baby. This is leveling up.
Bonus up.
Bonus up.
Bonus up. So I think this is a great transition, Jamie. This is a great transition. We've actually kept it a little bit less than 10 minutes, and we're going to transition. No kidding. Yeah, we scored one, finally. We're going to transition to what we talked about last time, which is, what are you committed to? What are you not committed to? And how does that look? Because what we're seeing and what we're talked about in the first podcast is how pastors are wanting to help. They're wanting to do the right thing, and they get so overwhelmed. We all do. We all do. We see it more in pastors. We hear it more in pastors, I think, And that may just be from my view right now personally, because that's what I'm studying. By the
Yeah.
way, if you're a pastor and you'd like to help us with our book, we're writing a book and we're going to research about 700 pastors. We're going to interview
700.
Jamie and I are going to interview 700 pastors. And we're going to talk. We want to talk to you about what's working, what's not. We want to talk to you specifically about what called you to be a pastor. So please email me, scott@30pastors.com. Please be nice. And I will too. And you can email Jamie at
myfamilycounselor@gmail.com. myfamilycounselor@gmail.com.
Cool. If you got any questions, comments, feedback, we'd love to hear you. Get ready for our webinars. They're coming up soon, and we're going to get you guys to join us on those webinars, and where you can give us feedback, you can give us ideas of what you'd like to talk about, and we hope to get you. The whole reason for doing this, there's a couple of them. We got some background conversations, but one is we want to see pastors go from preaching. I wish I had a Bible here close by. I don't know why I don't, but hitting your head with that Bible, to reaching your hearts and reeling you back in. And that's where Jamie and I come into. We want to get with you. We want to work with you individually and help you get to the point where you can live your life, the life that you love, to live the life of passions and desires that God's giving you, so that you can have a reason, a purpose-driven life.
That's right, man.
Cool.
Love it.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. That was videocast number 3. Look forward to seeing you on videocast number 4. Peace out.